Not getting any audio.
There we go. There you go.
There you go.
I was muted.
You were muted. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Exciting day.
Yeah, exciting day. So we're going to record a show. Are you ready to go? Yeah, I'll count you.
I even brought my gong. I have a gong.
Oh, good. Yeah, save that for later. I love that, actually. You have the gong for Gong Show Tarot. All right, I'm gonna count you in 3. Do you want to hit the gong? Hit the gong as soon as I count you in. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. All the way from Four Corners, New Mexico, we have a gentle breeze from the west. Zephyr.
I don't know if I'm gentle.
Zephyr Voxel, welcome to the show.
Well, hi.
Hi, how are you? And thanks. You just watched, you're fresh off watching the Colby interview. I want to get your reaction, immediate reaction. There's a 41-minute, 41-second interview with Stephanie Colby, and I want to know what your immediate reaction is to the interview.
I thought that it was really good, but you were kind of mean in a funny way.
You think I was being mean?
I don't know if he got it. I thought you were joking. I thought you were joking, but I don't know if he got it.
I don't know. Colby's he's an interesting cat. I think I'm in love with him, actually.
He's pretty awesome. I liked him, but
I definitely have a bro crush on him. I definitely have a bro crush.
I thought maybe, I felt to me like maybe he thought you were being mean to him. Maybe he liked you.
I think he enjoyed it. I think he enjoyed it maybe a little too much, but that's, you know, that's Colby. That's how he is.
That could be it.
Yeah. And how do you feel about what he said during the interview about waitering? He talked a little bit about his journey as a waiter and about getting kicked out of acting school.
He was hosting, wasn't he? He said he was hosting.
He was hosting, and then he met Woody Harrelson.
I like that part the best. That was the best. That was
but I think I actually want your reaction. He was kicked out of acting school. Do you think he deserved to get kicked out?
I think school is kind of BS. So I think it was probably for the best.
Okay.
I don't think he deserved it, but I don't think school.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. Thank you for that. I want to talk about 3 things with you. I want to talk about synchronicity, because I think synchronicity kind of brought us together.
Absolutely.
I'd like to talk a little bit about Four Corners. Four Corners is where you're from.
Absolutely. I was born and raised.
I find it fascinating. I think it's a very interesting subject. And we can talk a little bit about clairvoyance at the end, if you'd like.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, sounds good. So synchronicity. Have you been experiencing a lot of synchronicity these days?
That's an understatement. Literally an understatement. It's like been like pretty much constant flow since about Halloween, but it's gotten really intense over the last week.
Yeah. Okay. So are you seeing a lot of repeating numbers or like?
Oh yeah, all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's really weird. Like, I'll tell you a story. This morning, I'm on a Discord chat for Noah Lampert. He does the Synchronicity podcast.
The Synchronicity podcast. Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out for him. Yeah.
Totally. And I'm on his Discord server, and they do a lot of crypto stuff. You know, like crypto coins.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And
I just did a podcast about crypto just this past week. I don't know if you noticed. So there's a synchronicity right there.
There you go, right there. Boom. So I do like they have like a tarot bot, and I'll do like a tarot thing. Like
cool.
You have to just put in a little code, and it'll like pop up like whatever deck you want that you put in, and however many cards. So I ran like 7 cards.
Wow.
And at the end, it was a really good reading. And at the end, I noticed somebody's name pop up like they were typing, but then they never typed. So I was like, So I searched for this person, and in the chat, and it'll pop up every single thing that they've ever said in the whole server.
Oh wow, wow.
And so I scrolled it back like to like August 28th, which is like today's the 28th, and to a message that I thought was interesting, and I clicked it, and then I started scrolling in the conversation in the chat room, and it turns out like just right down the page somebody mentions New Mexico, and I was like, whoa, that's weird.
Wow.
And that somebody was in New Mexico in August, at the end of August. His name was Chris, and I was like, so I go back and I like asked like, who's Chris? You know, this is kind of weird. Yeah. So that's that synchronicity. You know, it's like, how weird is that?
Well, I don't know. It's becoming the new normal. I think people talk about the new normal.
And and I said at the end of the reading that it seemed like very Joan of Arcturian.
Oh, Joan of Arc. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that archetype. Yeah.
Something that they mentioned also was this person that had been staying with somebody named Joan.
Interesting.
So
interesting.
Like a double whammy.
Yeah, and you're a truth seeker.
Absolutely. That's all that's important.
Yeah, truth with a capital T. And I think that's a good way of describing it. And I was looking at the map of New Mexico, and I looked up Four Corners, and I got sort of the Google Sky photo of it. Mm-hmm. And my initial reaction was, it looks like a landing pad for like someone from above, whether that's like an alien presence.
Well, yeah, the monument itself does, but there's like a big vortex. There's a huge vortex. Everybody's like all talking about Sedona.
Yeah, but and it's not in this. It's not in a town. It's like in the middle of the desert. Am I correct? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's where the four states intersect. Is that sort of? It's like a border.
Why those lines were drawn there? Because it's like a X marks the spot.
Now, are there ley lines there as well? Is it a spiritual? Is there any energy about the spot?
Well, there's vortexes for sure. So I'm sure. I don't know. I've been here, so it's kind of like being a fish in water. Okay. You know, it's like the fish doesn't know it's in water. It's like what water?
Yeah. So for the viewers, look up Four Corners, New Mexico. It looks like a really interesting spot to visit. I want to visit. I immediately, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, I have to get down there and see this place.
They call it the land of entrapment. So if you come to visit, make sure you remember
the land of entrapment.
Yeah, you have to take some dirt with you when you leave, or else you get sucked back.
Do you feel trapped, Zephyr?
No, I know the trick, so I could leave anytime I wanted, but I'm here for a reason.
Because you grew up there, right? You were born there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I grew up actually in a small town between Santa Fe and Los Alamos. Where all I'm sure you're probably like, about all the like alien stuff in New Mexico, right? Have you heard of Dulce?
Sorry, what?
Have you heard of Dulce? The city Dulce? There's like supposedly there's like all these tunnels underground and stuff, which there are.
Wow.
And there was an alien base. There's a lot of abductions
in New Mexico, near Albuquerque.
Well, it's northwest.
Northwest. Okay, they did a lot of military tests too, didn't they, down there?
Yeah, it's pretty much like there's a lot of military stuff for sure.
My car is actually from Albuquerque. The lady that owned it before, she lived in New Mexico, and then she drove up to Canada, and she had to get permission. She had to get it inspected for being driven in Canada. So my little Subaru is actually built for the American market. And I think if I took a Geiger counter to it, it probably would start clicking, because apparently the town she was in, they did a whole bunch of nuclear tests.
So she was down south probably then by White Sands.
Near a military base. I don't know where the bases are. You probably know more than I do.
Yeah, what's really funny is there was a little horseshoe shaped apartment complex next to my high school.
Okay.
And supposedly those buildings came from White Sands, and like whenever we would like be in the bathroom, like in the shower, the wall from the walls, like sand would come out of the walls into the bathtub.
Okay.
And it was white sand, so I wonder if it was radioactive. I'm probably a mutant. I don't know.
I've been experiencing a lot of synchronicity as well. Just like I'm involved with crypto, and then you start talking about crypto, and that's kind of unusual, because our natural connection would be esoterica or tarot. but
Mhm.
there's other synchronicities that seem to be coming into play.
Well, because it's like it's happening.
Yeah, it's happening. It's on. So we were supposed to meet. If I do make it down into the States in the spring, I'll definitely try to stop by and visit people in New Mexico. I want to see the Black Hills. I want to see Montana. I want to see
Yeah.
South Dakota, maybe Colorado. Mount Shasta, I'll try to visit Mount Shasta because it's got a lot of people are gathering, spiritual people are gathering near Mount Shasta. You're probably aware.
Yeah, well, in Albuquerque's the Gathering of Nations. I mean, I think they're canceled. I think they've canceled this year, but it's
Do you
where
speak
all
Spanish yourself, Zephyr?
I speak French. It's kind of weird.
Oh, mais oui. Bonjour là. Bonjour.
Je étudié le français pour 12 ans. A long time ago. I mostly
Mais oui,
I can
mais
talk
oui.
better than I
Mais
can
oui.
speak.
My French is terrible, so I can
Un peu, un peu.
un petit peu. Mais oui. Yeah, I'm so happy to have you on. And you, if you're on Instagram, so go ahead, follow Zephyr on Instagram at Zephyr
69.
1369.
Remember, 37 squared. It's 37 squared.
There's a little math for you this morning.
It's my favorite number.
So the other thing I wanted to talk about was clairvoyance. And there's a video out, Gigi Young. I've been following her for ages, so I'm happy to give her a shout out. She's got a successful YouTube channel, and she released a video about developing your clairvoyance. And I haven't watched it yet, but I think we both are supposed to watch that video because I know you're interested in developing your clairvoyance, and you've helped other people develop clairvoyance. So I think you should watch that video.
The easier it gets. I have a feeling that that's how it works.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know how it works. I don't identify as clairvoyant. I identify as clairsentient and claircognizant.
No, that's all Claire.
Claire, yeah, they're all related. So I probably could develop my clairvoyance. I just haven't yet.
Yeah. See, and like with me, I don't like necessarily always hear anything. Sometimes an idea will pop in my head, but it's like I get a feeling, and like I just like, because I don't know if you know anything about astrology. There's a division of it called human design, and then an offshoot called the gene keys. And I'm just now getting really into it. It's like to a T. It's like, wow. I mean, I was like mind blown at how accurate it was. And yeah, it's that's something I would say that would help. Because
what's your astrological sign, Zephyr?
I'm a Leo, but I'm a Leo rising. So I was like born at sunrise, you know. And
I've had a few Leos on the show.
I have a Taurus moon, which is really very prominent, and then I have Virgo Mercury. That's my next most influential planet.
Yeah, Leos are known for having a temper. Do you have a temper?
No. As a matter of fact, I'm obscenely patient.
And some of them have ego problems. Do you have any ego problems? No.
I might have before, like when I was younger. I was like insecure. And
maybe it's just the immature Leos that have issues.
Possibly. Right? My ego, I used to murder it on a regular basis, you know, just to keep it in line, and I've come to the conclusion that was like not really the best thing to do. And so now I'm like advocating everybody should give their ego a new job, because that's the problem with the ego, is it doesn't have anything to do. And so it's like constantly like hyper vigilant, you know. It's like it's almost like it's got PTSD because it doesn't know how to cope with the world. So you have to tell it what to do.
That's great advice. That's really great advice. Thank you.
And mine is like guarding the back door, you know. So I don't have problems with being brainwashed or like advertising, or you know, just like all these insecure things that make you like, it's a vulnerability. It really is. And we haven't been here long enough to be able to evolve out of it, but luckily we're conscious beings and we can change our own minds.
Yeah. No, that's really sage advice. I appreciate that. You're a tarot card reader, are you not?
I am.
Yeah, and you also search for water. I forget what it's called.
Dowsing. I don't do that much. I can do it, but it's not like something that
It's
people
not
have
something you
asked me.
practice.
I'm sure I could do it. I find lost objects, you know, and it's kind of the same thing.
I'm sure people would pay big money for that down in New Mexico, because isn't water, you have to drill pretty deep for water in some spots?
Yeah, maybe, but I don't know. I don't know that nobody's ever really, it's never come across my awareness that
Could become a business, like a side hustle for you, maybe. I
I
don't
don't
know.
know. That doesn't sound that fun. And I only want to do things that I want to do now.
Yeah, yeah. And you're an artist, right? You paint?
Yep.
Yeah, I see on your Instagram. I've liked a couple of your paintings. How do you work? Do you work with acrylic, or what do you work with?
I like mostly acrylic. I kind of I overwork it too much to be good at oil. I mean, although I really respect people that are really good at oil.
Yeah, I don't work with oil myself.
I do, everything turns brown because I just like can't be, I mean, I can't like be that exact.
Yeah, and it's really not good for the environment to be using oils. I mean, acrylics aren't that great either, but
I also do like I like inks a lot. I like paint markers. Yeah. Paint markers are really nice.
Is that your work behind you?
This is actually my partner's.
Your partner's work. Okay.
He's working on this one right here, but yeah. this one over here with the octopus is mine, and this one up here is mine. That's wood, on wood paneling.
Cool. And do you have an Etsy? Do you have an Etsy shop or something that you'd like to plug?
I'm working on setting it up. I just barely got enough inventory of these little boxes that I do. So I'm going to be putting those up here pretty soon.
Oh, good, good. And do you have Patreon or anything like that set up?
I have my Acuity scheduling, like I have like, so people can get tarot readings for me. And I'm working on my website, which is avocationapocalypse.art.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right.
It's like
unnecessary mic check 5. Unnecessary mic check 5. It's off, guys. It's not working today. Sorry about that. Sorry, you saying?
I knew that was coming.
Oh, you knew it was coming because you watched the Colby interview. For those, since we're stopped, for those of you who are still here, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the bell notifications and leave a comment down below. I love to read your comments. I usually follow that, and I will respond. Okay.
And if you post this on Instagram, make sure that they put it, they do the little bookmark thing, like save the link, because that really helps you get boosted.
The bookmarks are good. Thank you, Zephyr. And thank you all for all your prayer sign emojis. I love to get those. You can never overdo it.
Yeah, I think that's a part of the visualization that leads to materialization, you know, like manifestation.
Absolutely. I'm a big fan of The Secret and manifestation. We could talk about the International Order of Oddfellows. Are you familiar with them?
Oh, yeah, those are the ones that are like the Quakers, sort of, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a chapter in Albuquerque?
No, I don't know, but I'm related to some.
You might. It's a very old, or it's an ancient organization, right?
Yeah, I know about it for a reason, so I don't know. I've read about it.
There used to be a chapter here in the town that I'm in, but it's unfortunately they've closed now, so they don't exist here anymore. Unless I start another one, I guess I could found another group, you know.
Yeah, it was like they were a fraternity of sorts, right?
Yeah. Well, no, they had Rebecca lodges too, so they were both. They were technically a fraternal order, but they were on paper they were a fraternal order, but they were actually being run by women.
They're a non-binary fraternal order.
Non-binary, yeah. So they're actually, like, everyone talks about the Masonic order, and they're a fraternal. They definitely are a fraternal order. That's why I would prefer to join Oddfellows, because they're not gender specific, right? They're not identifying as
exclusionary. Yeah. They're not exclusionary or separatist. So
exactly. And they've been that way forever. So I would rather join the Oddfellows. If I'm gonna join a group, I would rather join Oddfellows rather than a Masonic group, right?
Yeah, my cat is like, my cat.
Oh, what's your cat's name?
This is Zer. She's like, oh no, not the camera. I'm not camera ready.
Hello, Zer. Your kitty. Hi, kitty.
Purring. She wants to be spanked. I spank her.
Hi, kitty. Yeah. Wow,
She's
that
like,
was Zer, everybody.
yeah,
Is
she's
Zer
bugging me.
is Zer on Instagram? Can we follow Zer on Instagram?
Sometimes she's on Instagram, but mostly it's just Kala. Zur is kind of camera shy,
Oh, good.
but
Yeah,
likes to hang out off camera, just like
yeah,
right real close.
yeah. Have you signed, Zephyr? Have you signed the petition yet to get Tim Dillon canceled?
Oh, I've investigated it. I thought about it.
Good.
I didn't know there
I'm
was
spearheading an initiative. There's a guy, a Long Island comedian named Timothy J. Dillon, and he needs to be canceled immediately. So I'm calling for his cancellation right here, right now. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Let's all cancel Tim Dillon.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Thank you, I appreciate it. That's all I can ask. That's all I can ask.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. All right. Would you like to read my tarot? I don't have my tarot cards with me.
I have mine right
Okay.
here, as
I don't
always.
think I do. I might. Let me check. Just pull one card. Just pull
Just
one card. That's all I
Let
ever
me
do on
shuffle.
this
Let
show.
me shuffle them a bit.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it's not the Hanging Man.
Oh, why not? You don't like Odin?
I don't love it. Oh, the worst one is the Tower. Don't pull the Tower. Please don't pull the Tower.
Why not? Are you scared?
I'm very scared. No, I'm not scared.
I'm scared. There's no
I used to be a
such thing.
frightened child. I was like a 12-year-old girl, but I've evolved.
Out of all the cards that I would rather not pick, those two are like not really the worst ones. The worst one is like the Ten of Swords. You know, that one's not a good one.
Oh. I
That
have this
one-
card that I made. It's just
Oh,
one of the luck.
It's a horseshoe. I have horseshoes outside.
And then a rabbit. A rabbit
Oh, I
smoking a
love-
pipe.
Rabbit's one of my spirit animals. Yeah, of course, like very Alice in Wonderlandish.
I'm a wood rabbit. I was born in
Yeah.
the year of the wood rabbit.
I had a rabbit when I was growing up. His name was Thalele.
What was his name?
Thalele.
Aw, sounds adorable.
That was his first name. His full name was Thalele Fiver Mustander Gel Satisite.
A long name for a pet rabbit.
Yeah, he was a mini lop. So
Oh,
he had
those
a
are
long
sweet. The
name.
miniatures, I love the miniatures. They're so adorable.
Yeah, he was really sweet. I have a scar on my wrist from him trying to kick me though. They have really sharp claws. He was not having it. Okay, so I shuffled. I'm gonna cut the cards. Are you like focusing on what you want the card to tell you?
No, just general. General is good. General is good.
Okay. So just from the ether, from the abyss, from the void. Oh, look at that. Look at that.
I predicted this. I predicted this.
You know why? Because you say you don't want something and you put attention on it and you materialize
Manifestation,
it. That's how
baby.
that works.
That's amazing. You totally rigged that, right? Did you rig
No,
that?
I did not.
That's
I swear
amazing.
to God, I did
That's
not do
amazing. I
that.
said the Hanged Man. You guys all saw it. And then what came out?
Well, let's see how. Oh no, see.
Not the Tower?
The second one
Which
was
one?
not the Tower. The second one was the Queen of Wands.
Oh, the Queen of Wands. See, that's significant. That's very significant to me.
Wait, it's the Prince actually. I always get them confused because they look a lot alike, the colors.
Wow.
It's like the solar, yep. It's like Ra in his chariot.
Wow. That's an amazing card. What does it mean, Zephyr? What does this all mean?
The wands I always associate with like what you're supposed to be doing, like your job or your life's purpose. And it would be like the work of enlightenment is what I would say as a single card.
This is significant because there's somebody that I want to have on the show, and I think she identifies with the card Queen of Wands. If she's watching, she'll know that I'm talking about her, I think.
Yeah, and there's no mistakes. I mistook it for the Queen of Wands for a reason.
You probably follow her too. She's on Instagram. She's quite involved. She does pick a card tarot on YouTube. She does Starseed Tarot. You're probably following her.
Maybe, possibly.
Now the Hanging Man. What does that mean? Uh-oh, you're frozen. Did I lose my connection? Hello, Zephyr. Zephyr, I lost you. Oh no. Oh no, I lost her. Well, that might be the end of the show. Sometimes we have technical difficulties, and maybe this is fate.